Hello Gemini, hello Libra, hello Aquarius. Today we're doing your weekly tarot reading to see what's happening this week for you guys, or what the energy is, or whatever is happening. I'm going to get stuck in because the energy recently just feels like a no play, no far arsing about kind of energy. So I'm going to get stuck in straight away with Gemini to see what is happening for you guys this week. What's happening for Gemini this week? I'm not taking those. What is happening for Gemini this week? Gemini, what is happening for you guys this week? You're definitely walking away from something. I can feel that for sure. I felt that as soon as I said Gemini. I can definitely feel this energy of the Five of Cups too. I feel like you're in this place of not really sadness, but maybe the hope, or whatever these cups have represented for you in the past. You're almost in disbelief now, like almost like this has played a role in saying that you don't really know if you're able to make it work, or maybe you have lack of faith in your connections with people or your relationships and stuff. And every time I see this card as well, I'm always drawn to this pig, because it's almost, you know, that saying of like pigs might fly. So it's almost like disbelief, but it's almost like at the same time, well, pigs might fly, you know. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. And oh gosh, look, I just noticed this card as well. Gemini, definitely coming from a place of maybe brokenheartedness. Definitely feel like your connections at the moment may not be in a good place, and you're more than happy to walk away from anything that isn't serving you no more. But that doesn't mean that it still doesn't hurt, you know. So you could be going through a lot of relationship changes at the moment. And I think, you know, relationships when it comes to family, friends, partners or whatever, even a relationship with yourself here with this Nine of Pentacles, I feel like the relationship with yourself has changed, and you've noticed that the things that you once wanted, or the things that you once needed from your relationships, aren't the same anymore, which is probably why your relationships at the moment aren't working, because you've kind of outgrown people, and that's fine, you know. That's not to say that you might not like rock up again later down the road when you've both grown and you're both on the same page again. You don't know. And you know, I think at the moment you just know that your relationships with people aren't working, because the relationship with yourself, if you look at this lineup, the relationship with yourself has changed, and you're this whole different type of person now. And you know, you're much more solid in yourself. You're much more solid in your belief system. You're much more solid in, you know who you are. You know you're a powerful person. You know that you can create, and you know, whatever it is, you've just grown. It's just there's just this energy of just you've grown, you've changed. And with this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles, it's very evident that you don't fit in that old box no more, which is why the Eight of Cups is there. You're walking, and you're more than happy to walk away from anything that just is not serving you anymore. I feel if you're if you're worried about like a work venture or a business venture, like opening up your own business, I mean, if you know what you're going to be selling, right, if you know what your skill is and you know what you can bring, you know, to the world and stuff, then go for it. You know, like the Nine of Pentacles is the self-employment card, really. When you look at it, it's the card of self, you know, good health, good wealth, good workability, good, you know, like seeing the fruits of your labour, being able to invest in yourself, which means being able to invest in other things, you know, getting yourself in a very good space. So you're able to invest in other things now. You have the energy to do other things, and, you know, maybe even start your own business. Like, you're in a place now where you can do that. So if you do want to start your own business, then now is a great time. If you're going on like a health venture, or you're worried about your health and stuff, first and foremost, always go and see your doctor to make sure that everything's okay. But this card line up here tells me that everything is okay, because yeah, you just, whether you have a health condition or not, you're just in a very good place with yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You know, you're ready to kind of like take action and live your life to the best ability that you can. You're ready to invest in new relationships, in new work ventures. Maybe you're even looking for a new job. You could be looking for a new job. And you have this energy about you now. Like, when you look at these two people, you know, she knows who she is. She knows who she is. She knows that she's like, her character is rich, and she knows that she can seriously like rock up and, you know, like this energy that you're sandwiched between. I'm picking up on this relationship stuff. Maybe it's because relationships are so big at the moment. There's a lot of relationship stuff happening with people, and I don't know if you have a choice to make between these two people, or if these two people are you and your partner, but I feel that there's a new, there's like a level up, you know, like you've worked on something and now it's like, what am I trying to say? Like, you thought it might have been done because nothing was changing and it was what it was, but it's almost like this situation, this relationship surprised you because they did level up and they was ready to step up with you, and you're in this really good place with each other now. You could be going into business with someone. You and a friend, maybe you could be thinking about starting up a business. There's definitely something new about you. You're definitely coming from a different place. There's like a new spark. Like there's, you know, like when you're just confident, not arrogance, but confidence. You feel very confident in yourself right now, and I know that it's taken you a lot to get there because, hello, we have this whole little line up here. You know, the brokenheartedness, the, yeah, pigs might fly, the, I'm done with this, I don't know if it's ever going to be okay, to walking away. And now you're in this space of, you know, I needed to walk away. I needed to do what I needed to do, because now here I am with this powerful energy and living life. This could be a good week for you to focus on your health. If there's anything health-wise that you're planning to do or that you want to do. To take action. It just feels very grounding, very stable, very self-assured, very self-aware, very like you've come out of a dark place and you're ready to live, you know, like you're ready to take life back on again, and you're ready to just invest in yourself, invest in just things that make you happy. You're not going to waste your time anymore on anything that brings you sadness, or anything that brings confusion, anything that makes you doubt yourself. Like you're just not going to, you're not going to deal with it no more. Gemini, I'm going to leave it there because that's all I got for you guys. That's all I picked up for you guys. So I'm going to move on to Libra now to see what's happening for Libra. What is happening for Libra this week? Okay, Libra. Oh, okay, whatever. It's too many cards. Okay. These cards are getting a little bit too happy, so there we go. There's your cards. Libra, I feel like you've got someone on your mind. Like, someone is on your mind. I feel like you really kind of like want to offer something to someone, but I feel like you're caught up in your head. Is it going to work? Did this, like, maybe there's just like a lot of head fuck around this relationship with whoever this is, because we've got the Ten of Cups here, and to be honest, the only thing I can hear for Libra right now is around relationships. I don't hear anything else about anything else. All I hear is a relationship. There's some kind of anxiety, some kind of truth that you don't want to see, some kind of like lack of something, and I don't feel like it's coming from the other person. I feel like it's coming from you. I feel like you in this situation are the ones that have the the instability, the unstable, the thought process, the trust issues. Like, you're the one that carries this Two of Swords energy. It's not the other person, it's you. Although, even though you feel this way, you are kind of like making the other person feel a little bit like, okay, are you just going to keep playing with me, or are we going to do something here? And I think that with this Four of Cups here, like the fourth cup, I feel like if you aren't the one that's kind of like coming back with an offer, someone is going to come in with an offer. It kind of almost goes two ways. I feel like there's some Libras out here that are in a relation, or or been in a relationship or something, and you've kind of separated and it kind of brought you anxiety or whatever, and maybe you were in the wrong, so maybe you're going to come in and kind of like correct something, or I don't know though. It's very difficult because it's a general reading, but I feel like it can work both ways. I feel like someone's either going to come in and say to you, look, I'm ready, I'm sorry, and you're going to live happily ever after, or you're going to finally take off the blindfold and say, do you know what, I was being a bit of a dick, I'm back, here's what I have to offer, I'm ready to kind of like step up and do what I need to do, can we give this another go? And you come in with the offer and say, look, I'm ready, I'm more stable, I've got something that I want to give you, can we do this? Yes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it goes to that it goes into like the Ten of Cups. But I do feel like this week you are going to have to really work on this Two of Swords energy, because I feel like it's this Two of Swords energy that really fucks with your relationships and the relationship with yourself as well. Like, because at the end of the day, you've got to take it back to yourself, because it all starts with you. It all starts and it all ends with you. So whatever your trust issue is, whether you say, I don't trust people, what you're really saying is you don't trust yourself. So where is it that you don't trust yourself? Why don't you trust yourself? You know, use the reflection, right? You're saying that you don't trust, if you don't trust people, what is it you don't trust in people? Because what you don't trust in people is what you don't trust in yourself. Just saying, just putting that out there, Libra. But I do feel like whatever the situation is, like there's a lot more stability now around this relationship, and there is going to be an offer, whether you're offering or whether they're offering, and there is going to kind of be like this kind of like coming back together and this kind of like really enjoying each other and actually having fun and being happy in this relationship. Let me see if there's anything else that's coming in very earth stuff here at the base of the cards, like the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. I definitely feel like, and because it's your reading, I'm going to say it's you, right, because you're the Libra. Just feeling more solid in yourself, right, being more solid in just you. And because you're more solid in you, you're able to bring a lot more to your relationship. Like the rainbow, like here you see it in like the Four of Cups. Here it starts, right, and this is where it ends. So it's almost like the start is in this if there's a new relationship coming in with you, like for you, then this relationship is going to kind of lead into that Ten of Cups. This could be a potential husband, wife, mother of your children, whatever, father to your children, whatever it is. Like this relationship that is coming in for you with the Four of Cups, whether it's an old relationship or a new relationship, it holds new ground because there's growth, and the growth started with you. Yeah, it's just it just feels very much more solid, very much like just solid ground. That's all I can say, solid ground. I could find many other words, but I'm just a basic bitch, so I'm going to keep it basic. There's just a more solid ground for you guys to stand on. And maybe, you know, you needed to kind of separate so that you could both find whatever you needed to find so you can come back together and have this Ten of Cups energy. I do feel as well that sometimes the reason why your relationships go the way that they go because of this Two of Swords energy. It's like you get into your head and you create scenarios that don't exist, and then you start shitting the bed, and then it kind of like your relationships end up like this, like the Four of Cups, where it's just like, okay, great, so, you know. And every relationship that comes in, it's almost like the cycle of the Two of Swords, you know. So it starts off great and it's all great, and then all of a sudden trust issues start coming in, and you start getting into your head and you start having these like mental battles with yourself. And it's just like, listen, take off the blindfold, take it off, yeah? Stop lying to yourself, stop making up scenarios, see things for what they are, and just enjoy the process. Why create scenarios that don't even exist yet? If you want your relationships to work, you're going to have to go in trusting yourself and them. You're going to have to take off the blindfold and see things for what they really are, and get out of your head and stop creating whatever's just not even there. You know, like sometimes we can do that, especially if we've been through a lot of stuff in the past, right? Like these past cups and stuff. If we've been through a lot in the past, like broken toxic relationships or whatever it represents for you, whatever you've been through in the past doesn't mean every single relationship is going to end up that way. And I know that you go through what you go through and it leaves you with scars, but scars heal. You might have scar tissue, but scars, like, you know, wounds heal, like things heal. If you keep opening up the wound, then it's never going to heal. So do you know what I'm trying to say? Not all relationships are going to be like your past relationships, and if that's how you feel and that's why you have these trust issues, it's really time to stop picking at the scab, and it's time to really just allow that wound to heal, so you can really understand that this next opportunity that does come in for you, it's not going to be the same as all of the others. It will though, if you allow yourself to stay in this energy of the Two of Swords. It's gonna like cycle's gonna repeat in it. So you can decide to keep picking at your scabs, or you can let that wound heal so that you can have this Ten of Cups when the offer comes in. And it is coming in, and pretty soon. So it's like, knuckle down and do the work and heal what needs to be healed, and stop picking at the scabs and the cuts and the grazes and stuff. And, you know, stop this head stuff. I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. But if you really want the Ten of Cups, you're going to have to work on it. You're going to have to work on these wounds that you have. You're going to have to let them heal so that you can move into this space with these relationships. Libra, I'm going to leave it there for you, and I'm going to move on to Aquarius. Let's see what's happening with Aquarius this week. What's happening for Aquarius this week? I don't know why, but when this Magician card came out, it just felt very dark. It felt very lonely, very dark, very questionable, but not questionable in the sense of who the person is, but like there's just a lot of questions around a lot of stuff for you, Aquarius. You may feel lonely, you may feel alone, you may feel like you're changing. Do you know, all I see for Aquarius is yourself. I don't even see, like all of these cards is just one person. There's nobody, it's just you. Like even, no matter how, like 3 cards here, they're all just you on your, see, just one person, one person, one person. It just, all I feel is just you. Maybe Aquarius, you are in a dark place. I just can sense this very dark, not dark in a negative sense, but very, you might feel alone or like out of place, and maybe you don't fit in. And you know, like when you see a kid that kind of like plays by itself, and it has like this best imagination, right, because it has to play by itself, so it's creating all these amazing things like imaginary friends or whatever. It just feels very much like you're playing on your own at the moment. Like you just feel very alone, even though technically you're not. You just feel that way. It just feels that you feel very alone, and you may be questioning like, what am I going to do? Why am I here? What is the point? And all this kind of stuff. And the Death card here is just like, well, the point is you're changing. The point is you're outgrowing the old version of yourself and you're stepping into a new version. And this new version cannot live the same way that you've been living for however many years you've been living, right? And it feels like a very potent, important stage in your life. I feel like maybe no matter how old you are, it doesn't, like, I'm just seeing that for all these years there's been a theme, and you're at a stage now where that theme just is no longer, it just can no longer exist. It's just no, just no, just no. And it's frightening, right? Because that's all you've ever known. Like, as much as you grow, we grow every second, we grow every minute, we grow every hour. You know, we go through stuff in life and we grow and we keep growing. There's always been this underlining theme, this underlining feeling of, I don't know what it is because this is a general reading, but it just feels very disconnected and like you feel alone. And there's always just been this underlining energy of that. And I just see like a lonely child playing by itself. But what this lonely, what, you know, like for people on the outside looking in, looking towards this child playing on their own, they kind of go, oh, I like that child's all on its own. But what people, and maybe what you yourself don't even realise, is that child, that inner child, is having the time of its life. It doesn't need people because it's literally having the time of its life on its own, creating what it needs to create, playing the game that it needs to play. Because this child will find a way around every bump, every blockage, whatever. This child will find a way around it. I feel like with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords here as well, I feel like you could be interested in learning something new or going off. No, just I feel like you're interested in learning something new. Like you feel the need to expand and the best way for you for some reason to expand is to learn something new. So you could be maybe looking into courses, maybe looking into a new job, whatever it is. I feel like you need the need for new knowledge, because you know that like everything you have, Aquarius, everything you've used it to its best ability. Now you just need something new. You know, you need a new toy, you need a new venture, you need a new subject, you need something new to play with, because whatever you've had up until this point, you've used it to the best that you could. You know, like, you know, you've got a pen, your favourite pen, and you've just used it, and you've used it to a point where, like, there's no ink left, or my cat's crying. We're adjusting her medication at the moment, so she goes through phases of just, I don't know. I personally think that she's getting dementia, but no one wants to listen to me in it, so whatever. Because she randomly just cries, so. Anyway, back to where we were. I feel like, you know, like you have your favourite pen or your favourite pencil or your favourite book. You know, you've read that book so many times, it's like falling apart. You know it word for word, back to back, page to page. Or your favourite pen, you use it so much that the ink's run out, and you can't find you can't find anything to replace the ink anymore because the pen's that old. Or your favourite pencil, you've worn it out to nothing. Like, whatever you've had in the past up until this point, you've used it to its best ability, and you can't work with that no more. You need something new. You need newness. You need something to get your juices flowing again. So you could be on the hunt for that, a new subject, whatever it is. You're looking for a new adventure, because you've literally worked everything that you've ever had to the point of, like, there's nothing left. You can't do anything now because you've used it all. That underlying energy that I feel like, where you feel alone, and like that, I just see this child. That's all I can see, is this child that's the child itself is living its best life. Like, it's happy, it's content, it's happy on its own, it's happy creating its own little imaginary this and playing by itself and stuff. But you know that there's just like more as well, you know, like on an adult level, you know, like your inner child is more than happy to play. But on an adult level, it's almost like there's all these regulations and rules that you got to go by, because, you know, you got to pay rent, or you got to pay bills, or you got to do this and you got to do that. So it's almost like it just feels like you're being pushed. I feel like you could be actually quite content with just this inner child energy of just being on your own, but you didn't come here to be on your own. If you was meant to be on your own, you wouldn't be here. So I feel like you're being pushed, especially with like this death and rebirth. It's almost like you're kind of like being pushed through the birth canal. It's almost like, okay, like, we get it, like, you're okay on your own and you're happy just playing by yourself and stuff, but yeah, it's time to kind of like push yourself through that birth canal, because you're about to enter a whole new world which involves other people. So I don't know. Feels like a random message there for Aquarius, but I'm going to wrap it up there before I start repeating myself and going into all other kinds of stuff. So that's the message for Aquarius this week. Let me know if that resonates for you guys in the comment section below. I'm hungry. I'm going to go and find some food, and I'll hope to get a random bit of information that you didn't need to know. I'm going to hopefully catch you guys in my next video. Bye.